What if I told you the next first-time Pro Bowler for the San Francisco 49ers might already be on the roster, and it's not who you think? Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and share this with every member of the faithful, because we're breaking down something most fans are completely overlooking. The NFL Draft is here. Hype is everywhere. Every prospect is suddenly a future Pro Bowler. You've seen it. You've read it. And honestly, it's almost become a joke. But here's the reality. From 2010 to 2019, only about 14 players per draft class made even one Pro Bowl in their entire careers. Let that sink in. So while everyone is focused on who the 49ers might draft, what if the smarter question is this? What if the next Pro Bowler is already wearing red and gold? Now think about it. This is a team that consistently sends stars to the Pro Bowl, year after year. Under Kyle Shanahan, it's become the standard. We're talking about names like Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Trent Williams, Fred Warner, and Nick Bosa. Elite talent, established dominance. But every year, there's always one new name that breaks through. So who's next? Let's break it down. First up, a name that might surprise you. Colton McKivitz. Yeah, I know. Not flashy. Not a headline guy. But offensive tackles don't need headlines. They need consistency. And here's the interesting part. McKivitz himself set a goal before the 2025 season. He wants to be a Pro Bowler. Now ask yourself, how often do offensive linemen make that jump? It usually happens quietly. One year they're solid. The next year they're suddenly elite. Could that be McKivitz? Maybe. But what happened next might surprise you. Because he's not the only one on that offensive line making noise. Dominic Puni, Jake Brendel, **** interior linemen rarely get the spotlight. But when they dominate, coaches notice, players notice, and eventually voters notice. If the 49ers' offensive line takes a leap in protection and run efficiency, one of these names could sneak into the conversation. But let's shift to defense, because this is where things get really interesting. Deommodore Lenoir. Now this is a player with swagger. He already said it himself. He's not even worried about the Pro Bowl. Why? Because in his mind, the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. That mindset alone tells you everything. Confidence, edge, belief. And if he locks down top receivers week after week, that narrative builds fast. But here's the twist. There was someone who looked like a lock for a Pro Bowl nod. And then everything changed. Ricky Pearsall. Early in the season, he was electric, explosive, impossible to ignore. If he had stayed healthy, we might not even be having this conversation. But in the NFL, availability is everything. So now the question becomes, can he stay on the field long enough to prove it? Because if he does, watch out. Now, let's talk about the name that might make the most sense. And this is where things heat up. Osa Odighizuwa. If you're not paying attention to this guy yet, you should be. 3 straight seasons of high-level production. Consistent pressure. Disruption. Impact. And here's the key detail. He could be the best interior pass rusher this team has had since DeForest Buckner. Let that sink in. That's not a small comparison. Now imagine this. The 49ers defense forces teams into obvious passing situations. 3rd and long. Quarterbacks drop back. And right up the middle, pressure. Relentless. Immediate. Game-changing. That's where Odighizuwa thrives. And under defensive leadership that knows how to create those situations, this could be his breakout moment. And if that happens, you're not just talking about a Pro Bowl. You're talking about a problem for the entire league. Now let me ask you something. Who do you think it's going to be? Is it the steady rise of McKivitz? The attitude and confidence of Lenoir? The potential explosion from Pearsall? Or the dominant force building in the middle with Odighizuwa? Drop your answer in the comments right now. I want to see who the faithful is backing. And if you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, because we're just getting started with everything surrounding the 49ers this season. Because here's the truth. The next Pro Bowler isn't just about talent. It's about opportunity, system, health, and timing. And one of these players is about to align all 4. But which one? That's the question. And in the next video, we're diving even deeper into a move the 49ers could make that would completely reshape this roster heading into the season. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. So subscribe, like, share this video, and stay locked in.